Okay, apparently I'm live, and the cat is, like, really being a butthead right now. Here, say hi to the nice people on camera if you're gonna be that intrusive. It looks like I'm a minute late. Who's here? Hi, Matt and Rob, and Guy Franzi. Hey, Comic Tropes, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Christian Bricks and Tony, and Dan Jammin, and hey, it's Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Look, Marianne is well acquainted with this fella here. I'll put him down, but that won't deter him. He'll be right back up here. Stay. Anyway, hi. Hey, JLS Comics. Nice to see you. Hello, Chromius and Matt and Sparkster and Dustin and Danny. Hello, everyone. Hello. We made it. Sorry, I'm a minute late, but unfortunately, I cannot stretch the show an extra minute to make up for it, because What's on Joe Mind has their episode, which comes right after this one. Late night Denmark. Birthday is coming up this Saturday. Fingers crossed getting some Joe's 30 years late from my friends. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. I hope you get everything you dream of and that the birthday fairy brings you nice presents. Yes, Alistair is... I don't even know what he's doing right now. I don't. You know what? I don't even want to know. Hello, other Rob. Hello, Rob Irizarry and Bob's Dungeon and Matthew and Chris and Exploriso. You know what? Even if it annoys people that I say hello to whoever pops up in the live chat, I don't care. That's one of my favorite parts of the show, is saying hello to as many of you individually as I can. So anybody who doesn't like it can do whatever they want to do. I don't care. Yes, here we are. It is, he spilled many... Yeah, see, that's what he's talking about. That's what Marianne's talking about, him spilling drinks. I have my water here in my, the big Texan cup, where I tried to eat the big steak, and I failed. I did not eat the big 72-ounce steak. Didn't finish that. But anyway, he was up here just trying to... He's eyeing it. He's getting really close. Really close. Anyway, hello, Ratface and Raymond. So, we are... a minute late. Yeah, exactly. It's like the whole evening is off. I don't have a lot for you here. I know that there has been some G.I. Joe news. We covered some of it last week about the movie stuff, the potential... It's not even movie news yet. It's just potential movie news. That's a lot of meat. What? 50 chicken... I have no idea. There's conversation about chicken wings. I could go for some chicken wings, actually. I'm still a little bit hungry. Anyway, oh yeah, the 72-ounce steak. Yeah, I took the... I mean, you go there, why not take the 72-ounce steak challenge? Even if you don't make it, you'll still have all the steak you can possibly eat. Hello, Craig. Thanks for being here. Hello, Space Cobra. Hello, Lester. Hello, Straka. What was I saying? Okay, so we talked about the potential movie news last week. I had no idea, if what's going to come with that, but we already discussed that. Some images have been released of a new classified Arctic bat, which I did not grab that image for you. I wish I had. It looks really interesting, and I'm sure that lots of the people who are on the cutting edge of G.I. Joe news are all over it. I am not a news channel, so I leave that to the people who are on top of the news, who do the hard journalism. I leave that to them. But those images are out there. It's Tuesday. Another thing I wanted to remind everybody: it's Tuesday. which means there is a new episode of Half the Battle from Timmer, and he is still in his main character, May, and his main character for this year, for the entire month of May, is Lady J. So I'm a fan of Lady J. I like the character, and that's what Timmer is doing this month. So, don't fill up on bread. Yeah, that's how they get you. Thank you, Articulated Chat, for the super chat. Lord Hoodie for the JoeFest Drive Coffee Fund. I do appreciate that. That's coming up soon. That is coming up soon, and we are going to be ready. I haven't plugged the GoFundMe for a while, so I will mention it. There is a link for it in the description. I really greatly appreciate everybody who's helped, and every little bit of help makes a big difference. So thank you, sincerely thank you to everyone. But JoeFest coming soon. I will be there. Marianne will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a great time, and I'm looking forward to that. Like, I'm unreasonably hugely looking forward to it. Hello to 1980s Batamax. Are they still going to make the Chuckles movie? I haven't heard anything about a Chuckles movie. That's been suggested quite a bit. And I think that a Chuckles movie might be a great idea. I think that's been brought up enough that people, I think would really like it. I think a Chuckles movie would be very interesting. Definitely kind of a 007 sort of vibe to it, and might be a nice update or introduction to a new era of G.I. Joe. But what they were talking about with the movie stuff was the possibility of taking the canceled, scrapped Lady J television show and turning that into a movie. That's the rumor, but that's all it is right now, is just the rumor. Lens flares. Well, yeah, I could, Hollywood, give me a call. I will make a movie for half of the price of J.J. Abrams and with twice the lens flares. You get double the lens flares for half the price. The cat is over there. Please don't knock anything down. Please. Please. No, okay. All right. He's fine. He's calmed down. The beast has calmed down. Anyway, Chris Pratt as Chuckles. Chris Pratt is in like every movie now anyway, right? So he'd have to, I think that's like, he's got some kind of Hollywood contract that he's just stars in every movie that comes out anymore. Hello, Photo Viper. Photo Viper says he'd rather have the television show. I think I probably would too. That's another thing that's been talked about quite a bit, is the idea of a G.I. Joe television show and how much they could expand on the storyline in that kind of format. I think that would be great. At least for the time being, it doesn't look like they're going to do a TV show, so if we're going to get anything, it's probably going to be in the form of a movie. But the TV show I think would be a really nice idea. Hello, the Trek Reviewer. Nice to see you. Hello, Beta Ray Bob. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So, the Cobra Imp, that was the video that went up on Sunday. That was a challenge. I gotta say, I mentioned this at the end of last week's live stream, and, it was on my schedule. It was on my calendar. And the reason it was on my calendar is because I knew that I was doing the Cobra Commander video, and that was a big thing. That was a big time-consuming video. And I wanted to do something easy. That was the idea. Do something easy. Give myself a little bit of a break. Well, it turned out to not be that easy, because it turns out that it's hard to find things to say about the Cobra Imp. I mean, it just is what it is. So, in looking at it and thinking about it, the meaning of life just occurred to me. The entire meaning of life. And look, I am as surprised as anyone. I didn't expect to find the meaning of life when looking at the Cobra Imp, of all things. You know, you'd think you're going to find the meaning of life if you're looking at like a Zartan or a Destro. Maybe find the meaning of life when looking at a Star Brigade figure or vehicle, but nobody expects to find the meaning of life when looking at the Cobra Imp. I mean, come on. Anyway, yes, I decided I needed to share. I needed to share the meaning of life, so I hope that you got a great deal out of that video, because I put literally everything I could into that video. It's hard. Look, it's easier to do a video about something that's really great or something that's really bad. There's always a lot to say about it, but this is like middle of the road stuff where it's like it's fine. That's hard. It's like I can point to things, right? I can show you the thing on the camera, and I can point to things and basically tell you what you're seeing, right? Because you could see it, but would you know what you're seeing if I didn't tell you what you're seeing on the screen in front of your own eyes? So I could do that, but that's not really a review, at least not in the sense that I do them. I've got to say something about it, and it's finding something to say about a toy that has nothing to say is quite a challenge. Matt says, surprised he didn't mention the meaning of life was 42. I thought about that. But technically, the 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Similar, close to the meaning of life, close. Sparkster says, working on designs to make the imp out of Lego bricks. Now that could be, I'm very interested, if you're going to make it out of Lego bricks, how you are going to get the angles on the front. I'm curious how you're going to do that. I'd like to see that. I hope you will share that with us when you have it completed, because I'm quite curious how. Like, you're the Lego guy. I don't know from Lego, so I'm just curious how it has some odd angles. The front end has some unusual angles. But anyway, so that was on Sunday. I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was a challenge. Hello, JoeFan84. Thanks for being here. 4 + 2 = 42. You know, Raisiner, I'm no math scientist, but I think it just makes logical sense that 4 + 2 = 42. What was I saying? I don't know. Russell Brand as Crystal Ball. I don't know where that came from, but that's a brilliant idea. In fact, Russell Brand may be Crystal Ball. That's maybe his secret identity. So that was the video on Sunday. That was a challenge. I am actually rather glad to be past it. It's done. Now I come to you this evening a little worn out, a little bit tired, and with my voice a little worn out as well. Impossible. Thank you, JLS Comics. Yes, it's impossible. It's impossible to find anything to say about it. But fortunately, it was the key to the meaning of life. I come to you this evening a bit worn out, and with my vocal cords rather worn as well, because I have been shooting video all day, from early this morning until just a little while before I started getting ready for this live stream. I'm working on the next video, the next review, and the next review is the winner of the Patreon poll. Remember that? Remember that thing that happened? The Patreon poll? That's what this next review is, and I decided to do a little extra. I decided to do a little extra. It's a bit more work, but I'm reasonably happy with how it is turning out. I'm fairly happy with it. I think it's going to be not bad. Will it be a popular video? Probably not, but I think it'll be a fun video. So I'm putting a little extra effort into it. So I have been talking to a microphone all day, and my voice and my vocal cords are a little bit on the tired side. So that's that's where this evening finds me. So this show, even though it started a minute late, it will still end at 8 o'clock my time, so that what's on, we can roll right into what's on Joe Mind, and I can give my voice a break. I don't think I could continue beyond that because my voice is likely to give out. I had the idea of doing story time for those of you who are uninitiated. They're behind that, but the G.I. Joe Find Your Fate books, we do the story time where we read one of the Find Your Fate books, and together we decide, what we will choose, and see if we win or if we lose that story. And I was gonna do that tonight, but reading that section, whenever I do story time, that's a lot of talking. And I don't know that my voice will hang out that long. So unfortunately, I've got to talk anyway, right? Because I'm not gonna stop talking. But the reading is like, it's more of a steady pace of talking, and I'm trying to not do that. I don't know if I would make it. In fact, I think I'll be lucky to make it through this hour of the live stream. It's gonna be worth it, though. I really think it's gonna be worth it. I like where this next review is going. It should be done on time. So if you are a patron, you should get early access. If you're a patron, you already know what it is, right? Because if you're a patron, then you voted on it and you saw the results of the poll, so you already know what it is. But also as a patron, you should, knock on wood, still get early access, because it should be done on time. Marion says, I can't recall a time when you haven't been talking. Wise ass? Yeah, well, you know what? That goes double on you. I'm rubber, you're glue. Anyway, fun fact, the author of the last one of the books, Eric Affaby, is really R.L. Stine. Yes, that's correct, Turd Ferguson. R.L. Stine seems to have written a large number of the books, sometimes under his real name, sometimes under a pen name, under a pseudonym, and he used several pseudonyms. That is one. That is correct. That is one. I don't have the entire series. Some of the books are a little hard to come by. Some seem to have had shorter print runs, but I'd like to complete it. And there are a few that, even though I think we've read all of them now, there are a few that I think we haven't read very much, and maybe if we do them again, we'll have a different outcome. Hello, the Lilith says, greetings. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. It's morning somewhere, right? It's morning somewhere. Here, it's more evening, a little later in the day, but thank you. I hope you're having a good morning as well. Joe Fan says he's a talker too. So this is good. This is good. See, that way when we get together, there's never a lack of communication. There's never a lack of. There's always conversation, always something going on. And it's actually also totally fine for non-talkers, for quiet people to join in too. Because, you don't have to talk. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of the talking. You just sit back and enjoy the entertainment. Are we? Is this what we're doing? Are we casting? Are we casting the a GI Joe movie? Is that what we're doing? I think that's wise, and I think also, I think not only should we cast a GI Joe movie, I think Paramount Pictures needs to pay specific attention to the live chat on this live stream over there for ideas. Look, Paramount Pictures, you know, this if you're not catching this live, Paramount Pictures, just watch the replay, look at the live chat, and make your casting decisions from that. You cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. Anyway, Pink as Zeren, that actually would be Teddy. That's a good idea. Hello, the Blue Libra. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, the Find Your Fate books. I should get a few more of them. I do have most of the set. I do have most of the series, but there are a few here and there that I still need to pick up. Hello, White Vegeta. Nice to see you. And hello, Christian Bricks. I've already said hello to Christian Bricks, but hello again. Ben Kingsley as Dr. Mindbender. Now, that would be intriguing. Yeah, I could see it. Need a general review. I still need to get the general complete. I almost got the general last year at JoeFest. Almost. I probably should have done it. I did not pull the trigger on it. I had enough money on me, but I did not pull the trigger. I almost got the general. I still need to get the general. I will get the general. I'll get the general. I'll get it. Hello, Jamelin Parks. How do you do? Ever thought about going through issues of the old G.I. Joe magazine? Oh, that's interesting. I do have some. I don't have many of them. But I know exactly what you're talking about. That's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought of it, actually. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll see if I can get a few issues, maybe put a few of them together, and that might be fun. You know, that's not a bad idea. I'm pretty sure I have some, but I don't know where they are. Most of my media stuff, my print stuff is up here, but it's not up there. And I'm not sure where it is. So I'll need to see what I have, and maybe see if I can get some more issues. But yeah, the G.I. Joe magazine, that's an intriguing idea. That's intriguing. I'll at least look into it. Samuel L. Jackson as Doc, that's, I mean, it would instantly be more entertaining, that's for sure. So, what the heck am I talking about? Yeah, so, I'm a little on the exhausted side. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't gonna miss this live stream. I would never miss this live stream. Well, I would say never. I really try not to miss this live stream. If I have to miss it or cancel it, I've got a really, really good reason, because I do not like to cancel it. But I didn't want to miss, even though I'm really, really tired. After the show here, I will probably just crash. Let's be real. I'll probably just completely, fall out on the floor. But I will get through this show. Patrick says magazine ideas are great. It is an intriguing idea, isn't it? I'll have to see. I will do some checking to see if I can find some more issues and see if I can dig out what I have, which I know it isn't very much. I know I don't have very much, but I'll just look at. That's all I can guarantee right now, is that I will look into it, and I will see what I can do. I think it's a fun idea. It's not something I think I've ever talked about. It's a bit of ephemera, and I don't think anybody really talks very much about it. So, interesting idea. Anyway, so let's see. Personal. Okay, on a personal note, we had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. So one of the reasons I might be a little bit tired today, because I had an active weekend. It was a really good weekend. On Saturday, Marianne and I went to a Renaissance fair that is not here, but it's a nearby town. And we took our kids, and we had a great time, a fantastic time. And I found this shirt. For those of you who remember my other Castleton shirt that Marianne got me, I found this one as a complimentary Castleton shirt. So now I have this weird collection of Castleton shirts. But you know what? Why not? It is still one of my favorite episodes of MST3K. So I guess when I run across a gray Castleton t-shirt, I just have to pick it up. I found that quite amusing. But yes, the Renaissance Festival is it's funny. It's always a lot of entertainment. It's always a lot of fun. I kind of relish in the absurdity of it, because you have these people in costumes, not all Renaissance costumes, sometimes from many different time periods, sometimes costumes from different time periods, all in the same costume. You have lots of fake British accents, and then you have your mix of, I don't know, just oddities, furries, fantasy cosplayers, elves. It's the whole thing. It's like just going into a parallel dimension where up is down, left is right, cats and dogs living together. It's a lot of entertainment. I wouldn't say that I am deeply into that Renaissance fair culture. I'm definitely not, but I do like to go at least once a year, because I cannot deny it's a great time. It's ridiculous and absurd in a lot of areas, but it's a great time. So we had a lot of fun. It was really hot. It's like it was the hottest day of the year so far, and I think all of us got a bit of color in our skin. We were under the sun a fair bit, but yeah, lots of fun. The kids had a great time. Yes, Marianne says we could have worn something Stargate. See, I think that would be a fun idea. We also had the idea of dressing up as Minecraft villagers and going as Minecraft. I thought that would be fun. But it was a very active weekend. I rolled into the week already a bit worn out. But yesterday I spent a lot of time writing this next episode, and today I spent a lot of time shooting the next episode. I still have to do some tomorrow. I have to do a little bit tomorrow to have the next episode ready. Even though each episode goes live on Sundays, the deadline is actually Friday, because I try to get it up on Friday evening for patrons. So that's the goal. That's the target, and I'm really working on it. Really working on it. Yeah, see, dressed as Colonel O'Neill. I could do that. I basically look exactly like Richard Dean Anderson. I mean, I know you might have thought this was the Richard Dean Anderson show, right? I know that you might have mistaken, but in fact it's Hoodie. This is Hoodie Dean Anderson. Yeah, but see that kind of stuff, that's fun. That's fun. I see we are still casting the G.I. Joe movie and or television show. Paramount Pictures, replay it at half speed so you don't miss anything, and scour through that live chat for your casting ideas. I think we've got some really good choices here. Schwarzenegger and DeVito as Tomax and Zaymont. That's genius. That is genius. That's a twins reunion. Genius. Hello, Cobra Island. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Would love to see someone dressed as Doctor Who and his companions at a Ren Fair. See, that's a fun idea, too. See, it doesn't have to be Renaissance garb. In fact, it usually isn't Renaissance garb. You know, it's something else. But if you're going to go fantasy at one of these things, then why not do a Doctor Who? Why not do a Star Trek? You know, why not do a Stargate? Why not do a Minecraft Villager? Yeah, see, that's now Marianne wore something really, really nice for the event. I did not. I looked through my closet, and the only thing that I could think of to wear was my Cobra Commander costume. And I decided against that because it was about 90 degrees out there, and I would have died. So I went with something comfortable instead. Hello, Firefly. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Hey, it's Bart. Hello from Pittsburgh. Hello, Pittsburgh from the United States. Thank you very much for being here. Bart is someone I hung out with extensively at JoeFest last year. And you know what? I've talked about JoeFest a little bit. I've talked about it more as it's getting closer. And I think that it's fair to talk about it a bit more. And it's right around the corner. We don't have very many of these live shows before we are there. All right, we are there. Yes, I had the pockets. At least I had pockets. It's Marianne and I will be going to JoeFest. It's something that I enjoyed a great deal last year, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So if you can make it, I hope that you will. Let me hold on a second. Let's see. So it's about a 14-hour drive from here to Augusta, Georgia. But that's an estimate because you got to stop, right, for gas. You know, go to the bathroom, whatever. So you got to tack that onto it. And I would like to, at least the plan right now is to go straight through. Just go straight through and get there. And in theory, we should be getting there on Thursday. The show is the 9th through the 11th. And we should be there the evening before, and we will be leaving the morning after. So this is something that really I have to commend Ed Schumacher, who has organized the show since I think 2018 was the first one. Since the end of JoeCon, the official convention, there have been lots of great regional shows, and I've been trying to make it to some more of those regional shows. That's why I went to Assembly Required, and I've loved Assembly Required. But not everybody can make it to the regional shows, and I think what we would miss if we didn't have it is that big event where everybody congregates and you can get together and reconnect with your G.I. Joe fan community people. Hello, Ryan Sweeney. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here, Ryan. Always nice to see Ryan here. And that's something that that we could have totally lost after JoeCon. That could have been totally gone. We would have had regional shows that, you know, some of us could have made it to. We would have pockets of fans getting together over here and over there. But we do have an event every year that we kind of make a commitment to go to. And that's what makes it special. The show itself, it has G.I. Joe in it, and we'll have plenty of G.I. Joe creators and personalities and all of that. But there's more than G.I. Joe there. It's like their local Comic-Con. So there's comic book stuff, there's wrestling stuff, there's movie stuff. There's lots of non-G.I. Joe stuff, but there's still plenty of Joe stuff there. But it's not the show, I think, that makes it special. It's the mass gathering of us, of the fans, of the community, and that is something that means a lot to me. And I'm glad that we didn't totally lose when JoeCon was canceled. Even though JoeFest has a different feel, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's a different feel at JoeFest than JoeCon, but it's still a lot of the same people, and that's, I think, the best thing. I would have to commend Ed for picking up the ball at some, personal expense and risk that he took on this venture. And it's something that I appreciate. That is something that he risked, that he took on, and I think that a lot of us benefit from it. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and I hope all of you can be there on June the 9th through the 11th. And we're gonna at least the plan right now is to drive all the way through. Now, last year, I did not drive all the way through. I drove. I had a stop. I drove halfway, and then I stayed overnight, and then I drove the rest of the way, and I did the same thing going back. The reason I did that, though, is because I had my daughter. I had Audrey with me, and I didn't think I could keep her in the car for that long without having a mutiny on my hands. So I decided to break up the trip. Decided to break it up and do shorter days to get there and shorter days to get back. This time, though, it's the grown-ups, it's the adults. It's the adults rolling through here, and you know what? We can handle it. We can handle some cross-country driving. There was a near fist fight. I missed the near fist fight. Bart says JoeFest is a blast. After hours parties are cool. There was a near fist fight last year. I missed the near fist fight. I was my recollection is that our group, including Bart and Cindy and Matt, and we hung out for a while. We kind of split up for the evening, and then I believe Bart went out again and stayed out even later, which is he's quite a trooper. Bart is. But yeah, it was. I had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to introducing Marianne to the people that I know and the people that I care about, and just showing her something that is totally different from anything that she has ever experienced before. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. That's in June. I will try to talk about it more. I'm not sponsored by JoeFest, and I am not sponsoring JoeFest. That is not my role. I'm not a paid guest. I do not have a vendor table. I'm only me, and I'm only talking about my own experience and my thoughts about what it means and what it is and what you may expect if you go there. So take that as it will. Obviously, people will have their own experience, and not everybody's experience will be equal. But I will say this. I've said this before. I'm going to reiterate it. I'm reiterating. Bart says he has to keep his clothes on this year. Well, hold on. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say Bart has to keep his clothes on. Look, whatever you do in the privacy of your own hotel room, that's none of your business, That's not, hey, that's not for me to say. That's not for me to say. But yeah, I will reiterate that when I started going to JoeFest, which was in 2014, it took several years for me to start meeting people and forming friendships and bonds with people, and really having that kind of personal connection. It took several years, and it wasn't for like lack of trying. I was there and I participated as much as I could, but a lot of the regulars had been going for years and years before that, and everybody seemed to know everybody else, except nobody knew me and I didn't know them. So it was a challenge. It was difficult to make that kind of connection with people at JoeCon. It was really the last 2 or 3 of them that I went to where I really had that connection, and really did look forward to meeting up with people every year, and had some friends. I kind of started getting my own circle of friends there. I would like everyone who joins us at JoeFest to not have that challenge, to not have that problem. If you are new, if you've never been there before, come and find me. I look like this. This is what I look. This is what I look like when I'm reading. This is what I look like just walking around. Come and see me, please. Come talk to me. Come say hi, and we'll hang out. If you spend some time with me, I will be spending some time with lots of people in this live in this live chat. We'll be there. I'll be spending a lot of time with them. You can hang out and meet all of the people that you encounter here, in this live stream, in the comments, in social media, the people who are big fans of G.I. Joe and who are fan creators. Just let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's talk about G.I. Joe. Let's talk about fun stuff. Let's enjoy the weekend. Let's not have anybody feeling like an outsider and like nobody cares who they are and none of that. I will do my best to help anyone not have that kind of experience. So yeah, just come see me, and let's talk. Let's just talk. It's gonna be busy, right? It's always busy. I see a lot of people there that I know and I like to hang out with, but it's so busy that sometimes meeting up with people is like saying hello as you pass down the aisles, because you're going here, they're going there. It's busy. What I would like to do, though, is I would really like... yes, I will bring the board to sign. I absolutely will, Bart. I would like to figure out at some place and some time specifically where we can get together, maybe for lunch or something, maybe for lunch on one of the con days, just actually get together to congregate, to get everyone in one place, so we can at least have some time, more than just passing in down the aisles and saying hi as you go by. I really want to make sure to have actual time with people. So we'll work on that. I think we need to find out what the panel schedule is, because I don't want to keep anyone from going to a panel that they want to see. So we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. But at any rate, yeah, let's get together. Augusta, Georgia, June 9th through 11th, and lots to do, lots to see, and hopefully everybody will have a good time. This will not be the JoeFest only show. I will talk about lots more than that, but it is getting close, and I want to make sure everyone is up to speed, that everybody knows what the plans are, and that everybody who wants to join does join, and that everybody who comes out actually has a good time and is able to make some connections with people. Let's see what we can do about that. So, I hope everybody has been paying close attention to the movie casting in the live chat. Paramount Pictures. I should have added Paramount Pictures in Twitter when I shared the link for this, because Paramount Pictures needs to be paying attention to this. Charlie Day as Clutch, Jared Leto as Cobra Commander. So yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. Brad Pitt as Blowtorch. That is interesting. Think of Brad Pitt playing a role like Blowtorch, who is not a main character, not a main character whatsoever. In fact, behind a mask most of the time. Blowtorch. That's interesting. What else is getting a close? Cobra Convergence 7. Yes, G.I. Gary. Cobra Convergence 7. So, the calendar is set. And my thanks and appreciation and apologies for anyone who wanted to get in and be a featured presenter, but I either wasn't able to get back with you, or we just weren't able to get it together in time. I know there are some people who sent some messages, but they didn't have like a link or something that I could look at to link to some kind of project or channel or podcast that they were doing. So my apologies for that. There will still be a way for you to participate. There absolutely will still be a way for you to participate, but the calendar, I think, is pretty much set now. So now that that's taken care of for Cobra Convergence 7, we need to start working on like the launch video and planning the collaborations and so forth. What are you keeping? The lunchbox to your right. This lunchbox, I think is empty. Oh, it's not empty. It includes a thermos. Anything in the thermos? Oh, it's cracked. That's right. This is the one that I have that's got a like big freaking crack in the thermos. And then also, I didn't realize this was in here. I was wondering where this was, and I forgot who sent this to me. But it's somebody's Quinn custom. So yeah. So that's what's in there. I shouldn't put that back in there, but I'm afraid if I don't put it back in there, it'll. Well, I'm putting it back in there for right now. But that's what's in. That's what's in this lunchbox here. To the right. Speaking of lunchboxes, somebody turned me on to one of our antique shops, not here in town, but in Jenks. Supposedly has a G.I. Joe lunchbox that is not one that I already have. I'm not a huge lunchbox collector, but I do like I like the artwork on this. This is some of my favorite G.I. Joe artwork on this lunchbox. It's got a very kind of naturalistic poses on them. I like the lighting work. It feels very real to me, but also a little bit stylized. There's a little bit of style there. But like, look at that casual stance there from with Snake Eyes. And yeah, this feels really good. I just like the style. It's not overly action-y. I mean, these guys are not striking action poses, which I like. Sometimes the actioniness, the action poses get a little over the top, but not with this. This is some of my favorite artwork. So we've got the Mobat on the other side. What do we got? We've got what I guess is supposed to be Hawk and the MMS on the bottom, but Hawk is wearing a beret. Hawk can be seen in a beret as sometimes in other media, but not looking like the action figure. But yeah, that's the bottom. We've got, I guess, what looks like maybe Flash on the Ram motorcycle, and this has got like a little bit of tape residue there. So, and then this side we've got. I mean, who is this supposed to be? Is this Zap on the jump jetpack? He's got a mustache like Zap, but he's got a uniform that doesn't look a whole lot like Zap. So your guess is as good as mine. And then let's see, who's that? And that is, I don't know, Generic Joe on standing next to the jump. Who that's supposed to be? Is that Short Fuse maybe? But anyway, at any rate, yeah, I'm a big fan. So, and there's some artwork here too of the Joes planting the U.S. flag, but it's obstructed. It's hard to see because of the handle here. But yeah, this is, I really like these. I like the lunchboxes not because I'm a big lunchbox collector, but because I like the artwork on them. And somebody did mention that one of the shops has a G.I. Joe lunchbox that I don't have. So, Marianne, hey, if you're up for going antiquing this weekend, might swing around, might see what they got. But anyway, we've got what, 9 minutes? We've got 9 minutes. Hopefully my voice still sounds okay, but I can feel in my throat that I've not got much left. I've not got much left in it. Comic Trope says he likes lunch. Me too. I like lunch. Sometimes I like to have lunch in the evening. I call it dinner, but you know, lunch in the evening. I like that as well. Me as Scrap, I would play Scrap Iron. Thank you for nominating me, Teddy, for I would play Scrap Iron, absolutely. Open Gung, oh my goodness, Open Gung Ho, I totally forgot. Now this is I forgot about this. I set him up there so I could see him, so I wouldn't forget. But I got this Gung Ho like, I don't know, a couple months ago. I found it at Walmart, and I will say this. I had been complaining that none of the Walmarts in my area had any new Joes for a long time. No new G.I. Joe stuff for a long time. But I will say they are doing better. They're doing a lot better. And in fact, they've had new shipments of a variety of different G.I. Joe stuff, including classified, including this retro cardback classified Gung Ho. And this is something I keep intending to get to this, but something always gets in the way. And I do want to give this thing the proper attention. I want to open it, and I want, and I would like to do a compare and contrast to the first classified version of Gung Ho. I want to actually put them side by side so you can see the differences and the similarities. Oh, that's got some glare from my screen on there. And I don't have the other Gung Ho out. I don't have the other Gung Ho out to do the compare and contrast. So, and we also have, 6 minutes? I don't think that's quite enough time to do a full compare and contrast. So, instead of opening this now and doing a rush job on it, I will save this for next week so we can open this properly and do a proper opening of Gung Ho. He's gonna hang on. See, if I put him there, then when I turn the camera on, I can see him behind me. He's behind me saying, "Hey, remember me? I'm suffocating in this plastic tomb. Would you open me, please?" That's what he's saying. He's very polite, Gung Ho. You think he's quite the ruffian, but he's actually quite polite. Yeah, Sam Elliott as Tiger Force Outback. Now that would be something. Chris did suggest that I will be cosplaying Outback for at least one of the days, at least one of the convention days. I will have an Outback cosplay. So I still need to put that together. But thanks to Chris from Comic Tropes, I have the Tiger Force Outback shirt. And that's the main piece, right? The rest of it is just, extra. But the main thing that he's recognized by is the big orange tiger t-shirt. And thanks to Comic Tropes, I have that. So look for my Tiger Force Outback cosplay. I've been so committed and dedicated to this Tiger Force Outback cosplay that I have been growing a beard, and I have been letting my hair go naturally gray and white for years. Just so I can cosplay Tiger Force Outback. That's how committed I am to the craft of cosplay. Marianne says gonna head out. Thanks, Marianne. I'll be talking to you soon, I am sure. Always nice to see you here. But we are down to about 4 minutes, and I'm probably actually gonna wrap it up here. I give you guys time to skip over to What's on Joe Mind. I may crash a bit. One thing I won't be doing is talking. I've got to give my voice a bit of a break because I've got to record more video tomorrow. I've got this thing, I would say, about 75% done. The only thing I have to do is the front of the camera stuff, the intro and the commentary stuff. That's all I've got to do. And that takes a lot less time than the core review. The core review, where the camera is actually pointing at the thing that I'm talking about, that takes far, far more time. That's the stuff that's researched and written out very carefully, or as carefully as I can do it. So that takes a lot more time. The front of the camera work, it still takes some time. It does, but it's easier. It takes less time. So I would say I'm at least 75% done with next week's video, or with this coming weekend's video. So I've got to do that, and I've got to preserve my voice a little bit so that I can speak tomorrow in front of a camera. So I think this is a good time. I think I will call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll let you guys roll into What's on Joe Mind. They should be starting just a few minutes after I wrap up here. Thanks all. I will see you next week, and I will see you Sunday with a new video. And if you're on Patreon, which I hope you are, I will see you Friday with a new video. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone. Good night, all. Good night, all. See you later.